Good morning. I must ask for forgiveness for our tardiness on today's episode. We were having a very important and necessary conversation. And something that we say is, if you don't fill up your own cup, you can't fill the cups of others. And today, it's a coffee cup. But we were figuratively filling up the cup. So, you know what? I appreciate you guys and your patience. And I hope that today we bring you an explosive episode all about relationships. How to turn your relationships into relationships.
Today we're going to be talking about your relationship with yourself.
But hopefully not. Hopefully not a shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully not a poop emoji. A poo-moji. So, this morning we were chatting about the ebbs and flows of life, of self, of business, and it wouldn't be an Espresso episode without us being truly, authentically us. So the conversation we were having is about an ebb that we are currently experiencing. And it doesn't feel good. And this doesn't really have to do with today's conversation, but I want to clear it out there because sometimes when you express things, for one, my hope is that it's going to resonate with any of you and maybe inspire you and give you hope when you're feeling the ebbs of life, the ebb, the flow. And also selfishly just to get it out of myself so that it's gone and I can clear it and it's away. Because, and today's conversation is about the one relationship that you need to improve before any other relationship, and that is the one with yourself. Mm-hmm. And all of these conversations, they all tie in together because life is not segmented. Everything merges and mixes. Business isn't just business. Your romantic relationship isn't just romance, right? Like everything blends because you can't take a thought that you have from a different area of your life and not bring it into another area of your life because you are one being and all of that is interconnected. So, there's ebb and flow in life and relationship and business, in maybe in your finances, and at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, did I do my best today? Was I effective today? Measured by what? Was I productive today? Measured by what? What was the goal of the day, and did I meet it? Yes, I was productive. Doesn't matter what you did. Did you meet the goal? Then yes, you were productive. Did you not meet the goal? Okay, now I got some work to do. But when you experience a down, and it was with weight loss too. There's ebb and flow in weight loss. Mm-hmm. In your health journey. Always. Hopefully though, it's an upward trajectory. But there are going to be moments where you're not succeeding in the way you wish to be succeeding. But it's foolish for us to think that every single week or every single month, we are going to do so much better than we did the prior week or the prior month. If we're talking on a yearly basis, hopefully you've done better. But we're talking about short term. It's so easy for us to get wrapped up into, oh, I didn't lose any weight this week. It's a week. It's a week. There's 52 of those in only 1 year of your life. So, did you do your best? Did you take the right actions to get there? And intuitively, deep down, like, did I do the best that I could have done? Yeah, but when I step on the scale, the weight didn't go down. So fucking what? Keep going. I'm talking to myself right now in a different aspect of our life. But these are things that I tell myself. Dude, it's 1 week. How many weeks do you have in an average lifespan? What's the average lifespan? 70 years, 60 years, 65 years?
I think so.
And how many weeks are that? Times 52. Let's just call it 60. What's 60 times 52?
Like 3,000 and something.
Average lifespan
Okay.
of a human. Of a cat, of a dog, of a horse, of a chinchilla, chihuahua, cholula, of a chalupa.
79.
79. I was way off. Here's why I said 60 or 65 is because people normally die by the age of 40 internally.
I would say 25.
25. So there's that. 79 times. How many weeks is that? 4,108 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Does 1 week really matter if you still did your best? You have to ask yourself, what have I done that is going to help me succeed in the future? What am I doing today that is setting myself up to succeed a month from now, 2 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Because you don't always get to see an immediate result. And we're foolish to think that we will. Now, there's some things where you can see an immediate result, but the best things in life don't come with an immediate result. The most fulfilling things in life usually, like you can see a little kid like laugh and learn how to walk and like, oh my God, your first steps. And like, that's immediately fulfilling. But in that moment, you weren't the one that actually took the first steps. You just watched it and it was fun to watch. But there are the things that give normally the most amount of satisfaction are the things that you have achieved over a long period of time by continuously showing how resilient you are, how, what's the word? It starts with a P. How persistent you are, how consistent you can be, how many obstacles come in your way that you can overcome. That's achievement. And that achievement feels greater than anything given to you. But anything given to you happens right now is not as fulfilling. Anything you've achieved, you have a lot of satisfaction.
Confidence.
Because you had to earn that shit. And nobody can ever take it away from you at that point. You win the lottery? Cool. You didn't earn it. And most of the time, boom, gone. Taken away from you, person goes bankrupt. Why? Because they didn't earn it. So what are you doing today? Because that's all you got right now. To earn the success you want in the future. The greatest things happen over time.
This is good, and I want to talk about two things.
Let's talk about two things. Thing one and thing two.
Hold on.
This, guess what? This conversation might go a different direction. I don't even know.
Yeah, it is. I think that.
But when we have passion about something, we will not hold it back.
Yeah.
Because that is going to be the best value we can possibly give.
Mm-hmm. You know, and if we turn it, like, if we translate it to your weight loss journey, right? Like, let's say you've had, like, some epic 2 weeks, and then you step on the scale, and you see you're, like, up 2 pounds, and you're like, no way. So then you step off, and you put your foot on just to reset. You're like, okay, let me check again. And then you step on. And you're like, up 2 pounds. And you're like, how the heck? And then you're like, you start being all inside your head. Like, what is going on? things are not working. So
am I going backwards? How come I'm going backwards? I'm doing all the right things. How come I'm going backwards?
And instinctively, what will happen is that you will try to talk yourself out of doing the right things and doing whatever it is that you have to do. And it's a mind trip. Because you're like, it's not worth it. Linda at the office said that I should have had this cookie. Why bother? Life is too short. Like, I'm putting in all the work, not seeing like any like change happening. Right? But just because you can't see visibly the change in this immediate moment doesn't mean that doing the right thing is not paying off. Just because you can't see the reward right now doesn't mean that you shouldn't do the right thing. Just because you can't see the visible change in this very given moment doesn't mean that things are not working. Everything works if you work it. And I believe that the more times somebody goes through a situation like that, somebody like hits a bump and gets over that bump through persistence, continuous effort, and hard work, the more confidence they gain. Because the hump is going to last for some time. You're not sure how long that hump is going to last. You want to do everything that you can to track as much data so you gain as much control. And I don't mean step on a scale every day, because that's going to drive you crazy probably. But you have to keep on putting in the effort and tracking data so you can be in a constant state of analysis of what's happening. But I believe that, you know, like this feeling of uncertainty of like, why bother? Maybe I should have listened to Linda and just had that muffin for breakfast. Because at least she's happy eating her sweets and all these foods. But is she happy? You know, these are the moments that define you. These are the experiences that define your character and give you an opportunity to develop your character. Why? Because most people are going to give up during these moments. It's like everything gets dark and foggy. You can't see anything. You don't know how long the winter is going to last. But maybe one day the spring's gonna start showing up. And I gotta be honest with you guys. You know, this is, we legit, we're just having a conversation about that. And I think this is something that I needed to hear from you, and I needed to remind for myself. You know, and I think that this is why consistency is so important, because the more consistent you are, the more ebbs and flows you go through, and the more confidence you have with regards to, how do I get through this? At the beginning, when you see it, let's say, you know, like you start taking care of yourself, like within, let's say, first 3-4 months, down 20 pounds. Awesome. And then for like 2 months straight, maybe you dropped a pound or two. So you're like, do I have something going on with my body? Is this working? Maybe I should switch to keto. Maybe I should, you know, go back to my old ways because I'm meant to be big boned. Really? Or should you just keep going?
This is a long-term game. Any great success that you want to have, you have to plan that it's going to take time, and you have to be patient. and you have to consider it an investment. Consider this. You're building a house. I don't know how I thought of this analogy, but I think it's fantastic. Your dream house. Oh my God. I'm building my dream house and it's amazing. I bought this piece of land. We're building it from scratch. I've got the best, what do they call, construction personnel, and it's going to be so beautiful. I've got the image in my mind and I can see it clear as day, and I'm so excited for it to happen. But it's not going to be built for another year and a half. It's not going to be completed for another year and a half. You're going to try to live in the house while it's being built? Heaven forbid a nail gun's pointed in the wrong direction. So when you're working on building something up, you can't expect to have the result while it's being built. It's silly.
Oof.
So you're building it. So you can see progress being made, but sometimes shit gets messier before it gets cleaner. You ever went to go organize that drawer in your kitchen that everybody has that's just full of shit? Everybody has one. It's the junk drawer. It's full of garbage. Pens, paper clips, mail, scissors. There's always some rubber bands in there for some reason. A pocket knife, some sunglasses, just shit. It's the shit drawer. And you're like, I'm gonna organize this. Well, guess what? When you dump that shit out, how messy is your counter? Sometimes things look messier before they get better. And that's okay if you know that the action you're taking is moving you in the direction that you're wanting to go. Now, the other component. The bigger the build, the harder you fall. Na 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 na, na 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 na. The more success you have, the scarier it is for you to lose it. Eh?
Yeah.
And people will self-sabotage because they're afraid. When you have success, you set a new standard for yourself. And when you set a new standard for yourself, you have fear of living up to the new standard because that shit was hard to achieve. Oh my God, how am I going to continue this? That's scary. But what's scarier than pushing forward through it and accepting the ebb or the dip, if you will, is giving up. That's scarier. Every day rent is due. What did you do to pay rent today?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you guys, we're making more money than we've ever made. Great. We have huge dreams, huge goals. We're changing the lives of so many people while changing the lives of ourselves. And that's more than I could ever ask for. But when you set a new standard for yourself, and the more you achieve, the scarier it is, because you've got to uphold the new standard. That's the conversation we were having this morning. But this is so relatable to any person with any great thing they're trying to achieve. Any big thing. It takes time, persistence, it takes resilience, it takes other people. You need other people. You guys maybe got the email that we sent out yesterday about how we're adding people to our team. That shit's scary too. But it's necessary because we can't build an empire on our own. An empire is not two people. And we don't call this the ENS Army for no reason. But the greatest reward that you get from anything in life are when you pushed past the difficulty, when you hung in there when shit was hard. So hang in there when things get hard. It's okay to be afraid. Fear is a necessary emotion. If we didn't have fear, we wouldn't be able to protect ourselves from tigers. From lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Fear is good. Fear makes you move your ass. Fear makes you take action. Or sucks you into your hole. The dark black hole that we are reaching down into to pull you out of. How are you going to use fear? Is it going to be a liability for you, or is it going to be an asset to you? Just starts with the thought. All you have to do is believe that you can use fear to your advantage. When you're scared, you react. Boom! Ah! You moved. You took action. Why? Because you were scared. The physical is an automatic response. Your mental needs to be an automatic response. You have fear. What do you think? Immediately. You got to create that same, go watch it. Go watch America's Funniest Home Videos or something of like a scared series, or like go watch like people getting scared. It's fucking hilarious and it will make you laugh your ass off, I'm sure. But you need to train your brain and your mind just like your body will immediately respond to something like that. I want your brain to immediately respond to fear in the same way. Take action. Move. What was Craig Ballantyne would say, action beats anxiety. You're anxious? Do something. Take action. Start moving forward. What's one thing that you need to do right now to get rid of your anxiety? What's one thing you need to do right now that's going to move you forward? Just one thing. Don't think about all of it. I think you made a video yesterday. I have no idea what group or video or thing or whatever it was for, but it's I think it was for Instagram actually. But it's, you know, when you have anxiety, when you have overwhelm, that was your thing. When you have overwhelm, what do? Anything to move you forward.
Oh, yeah.
Anything to move you forward. Just one thing though. Don't focus on all of it all at one time. You freeze.
So true.
Do you want to choose what's behind door number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15? Or do you want to pick a door and go? Like have one choice, one option, one action, one direction that you choose to go to rid yourself of the fear, to rid yourself of the anxiety. So how? When you feel fear of, in this particular case, failure. Fear of failure. What's the one thing you need to do immediately is a thought. You need to have a thought first before anything else. Acknowledgement. I'm scared. Okay. Why? Because I might fail. Okay, good. What do you need to do to not fail? What's one action you can take right now? And just by having those thoughts, you move yourself in a positive direction. And you might still be scared. That's okay. Courage is doing what needs to be done, regardless of the amount of fear you have in regards to it. Be courageous. Be courageous first in your mind, and then be courageous next in your actions. And don't be afraid to ask for help. There's so many programs and products and services and things that we provide. Specifically in terms of, weight loss, body composition, body transformation, health, wellness, mindset. Yeah. And to be quite honest, if you're interested, great. Reach out to us. If you've been struggling, if you don't know how to get over this fear, if you don't know how to have the courage, ask for help. We have to do it all the time. And the higher you go and the more you achieve, the more help you need from other people. Why? Because you haven't walked those territories before. You haven't been there. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what step to take. You're walking blindfold, maybe using Google, like, how do I do this? Find somebody who's done it. We say it all the time. Find somebody who's done it. Find somebody who's been successful in the area you want to be successful. Model what they've done if it's proven to work. Brandon Dawson always will say, model, mimic, and master. If somebody's doing something the way that is proven successful and the way you want to be successful, model that person. What are the things they're saying? What are they doing? How are they acting? Who are they hanging out with? Mimic their behaviors. What are the actions that they take to get to their goals? And then do it so much that you've mastered it. And then you need to reach out to someone else. Who's the next person up? Who's the next person?
Awesome.
I think that's it for today's episode.
You've done a great job today.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
You know, the more success you achieve in anything, the scarier shit gets. And that is the thing with success. And that's why everybody says they want to be successful. Everybody says they want to have a six-pack. Everybody says they want to have 16% body fat. But not everybody's willing to do whatever it takes. Because the more advanced you become, the more fundamentals you have to practice, the longer you have to practice fundamentals, and the more details you now have to start focusing on in order to get better. For example, when it comes to weightlifting, the first year, I call it the golden years. It's like every day you pick up the barbell, you hit a PR.
Oh, yeah. 10 pounds, 15 pounds.
Oh, I just PR'd my deadlift by 50 pounds. Okay, you're a novice. That's great. You're just getting used to new stimulus. But let's say you've been, now doing it for 5 years. It's like, man, it's like if you increased your deadlift by 2 pounds, you had to put in the work for probably 12 weeks to 6 months. That is if you follow a good program. That is, if your mental state was really good for quite a bit of time. That is if you fueled your body properly for a long period of time. Like, the higher up you go, the smaller the incremental progress you're gonna see, and the harder and more work you're gonna have to put in. And that is scary because you've never been there before. And like you said, you guys, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in your weight loss, you're trying to, go from having tried all these things for years and decades to literally mastering your body. We are going from an idea, a small idea that we've had that we know could transform the world, to changing the world.
We're almost 3 years in.
The amount of precision and work and tenacity
and courage
investments that go into it is insane. You guys, everything that we tell you to do, we practice except times 1,000. But here's the thing. Success of any kind, I don't care if you want to change your body, if you want to, change your financial status, if you want to change your relationship, it all starts and it all ends here every single day. And when the road gets tough, that's when it's time to really push harder. But when the road gets tough, most people naturally, because we're made to survive, not thrive, you have to train yourself to thrive. If you're in this group, in this community, you're being trained how to thrive. Physically, mentally, emotionally, so that you can live your best life. But in order to do so, you have to push harder than ever before when you hit those like flat plateaus.
Those flatos. And if you want to contribute to this mission and you want to be a part of it and you didn't get the email from yesterday, we are looking for customer care consultants, aka fucking salespeople. Because you know why? Without salespeople, people don't get good quality products into their hands. And people don't get solutions to the problems that they have. And people don't get the answers to the things that they're struggling with. So if you didn't get the email, but you're like, man, it would be really great to be a part of the ENS team, shoot me an email at Erin@erinandsarit.com with a 60 to 90 second video of why you want to be a part of this team, why you think you're a good fit for this team, how you can contribute to the mission, as well as what your journey and experience and hopes and desires are by being part of the team. Because it's all about every single person winning. If not every single person is winning, it's a bad deal. So we want to help you win. We want to help you be fulfilled. But we also want to win. We are a winning team. We are a winning team. We are going up and we are being courageous and saying, let's build this team. It's a financial commitment for us. Scary as shit. Yep.
It's a mental commitment for us. We've never done it before.
But what we can say is if you are articulate, if you are good with people, if you enjoy bringing people the help that they need to solve the problems that maybe even you've struggled with, that we've been able to help you overcome, and you want to join the winning team, and you're not afraid to talk to people on the phone, you're not afraid to say, hey, I think that you need to do this program. Let's just be honest. Send me a 60 to 90 second video. Because we're going to build this army. We're going to build an empire that is designed to dominate. So if you want to be a part of that, send me an email.
If you're serious about being a part of it. A lot of people want to, but they don't have what it takes. They get inside the vehicle. They're like, shit, going 100 miles an hour. Can't keep up. Not in alignment with my lifestyle. What do you want? How do you want to live your life? Get clear on that.
You gotta have some cojones. Even if you are a lady. Courage, resilience, persistence. All of these things. Mm-hmm. That's it. We say it all the time. We love you guys. And in case you haven't heard, we're on a mission to transform the lives of millions through the same movement, nutrition, lifestyle, and financial habits that have transformed ours. And we will. So, you guys have a fantastic Thursday. We are going to be a bit wild this next 4 days or so, because we're gearing up to head out to the other side of the country indefinitely. So we'll be in and out, but yes,
Housekeeping.
we have an interview tomorrow, which is going to be amazing. I don't know how much you want to say, so I'll let you speak on that.
Yeah, tomorrow is live guest interview day. It's going to be with our very dear friend, fellow Grant Cardone licensee. He's a husband, a father, a business owner. He has been a minister in the church for literally years. And we're just going to talk about all things spirituality and success and that, and how those two are intertwined. Live interview days are on Fridays at 6 a.m. Pacific time. We will be dropping the link later on today. That man, his name is Ken Jocelyn. He's gonna spit out so much freaking fire and golden nuggets.
He's a brother.
Yes.
He is a homie.
I call him Uncle Ken. So definitely be sure to join us. Also, we are currently running a Grow the Community Challenge. You guys, if you are a part of this community and you're like, you know what, I believe in the mission. This mission has already helped me and my family members, or even if it just helped you, or even if you haven't done anything yet, but you're like, you know what, these conversations are either pretty informative, entertaining, whatever it is that you want to call it, then we challenge you to invite more people from your own personal life to join this tribe so that we can make a bigger impact on this planet. And we want to reward you for that. The person who between now and Sunday at noon Pacific time invites the most amount of friends will get a private coaching call with me.
Who invites the most amount of friends that accept the invite. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They need to accept the invite to count.
Yeah. So the winner of this will hop on a private call with me. I'm going to answer all of your questions. I'm going to add as much value to you as I can. Just you and I. We're going to jam. I want to get close with people who believe in the mission and who are supporting this mission. Because if you're taking your time out of the day to grow this mission, then I want to add as much value to you as possible. Okay? The value of this is $5.97, you guys. This is about the mission, you guys. We're doing everything that we can to invest all of our money, time, and energy into this mission because we know that the world needs it. And man, sometimes it's scary. But the good news is that it's better to go through it together and not do it alone. Okay, so invite all of your peeps. And that's all I got. Tomorrow, 6 a.m. Go ahead.
And if you have not heard, or if you are interested in but have not yet committed to go to ENS Live, the very first, one and only ever time in history that it will be the first ENS Live, then you need to reach out. We have 2 epic houses that we are renting out. We have some guest speakers that have been on our Espresso interview episodes that we're working on getting there. No, I'm not going to tell you who they are. And we have 3 days packed full of value, of community, of togetherness, of working through the things that you struggle with so you can leave with something to go take action on right away, to be inspired, to spend time and make closer connections with the people of this community that maybe you've only met virtually. And there's going to be so much power in it that you need to get yourself there. There are limited spaces, and I believe in total we have 14 or 15 left. Maybe less. So anyways, if you're interested, make a post on this page. I'm gonna give you your options. You can make a post on the main page. I need more information. I'm so excited. You can reach out to Stacy K. You can reach out to Crystal Catalina. Reach out to myself.
Anybody on the team.
Anybody on the team, but those are probably going to be the ones with the most amount of information regarding like how many spots are left and whatnot. So that's it. That's all we have for you guys today. You guys are incredible. Know that, believe that, feel that, and live that.
Amen.
And we'll see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.